According to the ancients, Venus really likes to be in the sign of Cancer. It is here that she's able to live from heart that much more readily. Cancer is the sign of care, what we care about, whom we care about, why we care. And very often it just comes down to because we do, because we feel it. But there's something else about care, just simply bringing that genuine sense. Well, there's something that connects us to beauty about it as well. In fact, it is the genuineness, the open heartedness of actually acknowledging that there are things we care about. Well, that can be one of the most beautiful ways in which we might move through the world. And Venus in the sign of Cancer has a way of reminding us of that. That beauty isn't about the performance. As much as some people, like myself, might absolutely love glam, if you've watched me for a while, you know I do, that isn't about beauty. That is about play. Beauty is found within, in the heart, in the spirit, in the soul, and in our emotions. Whenever it is that we are willing to listen to our emotions, honor them, learn from them, and help them to evolve so that we're having the kind of reactions that we feel allow us to feel good about ourselves, allow us to affirm a healthy sense of self respect. That's when we're on the right track with cultivating the type of beauty that stays and that grows, that magnifies, and truly has the potential to spread beauty everywhere we go. It is also something about allowing ourselves to feel that represents radical acceptance. Love is ultimately a revolutionary force. It was, metaphorically speaking, Uranus, the god representing revolution and erraticness and freedom itself, that was the father of Venus in a sense. And that says something about where Venus comes from. Her very nature can be erratic, her very nature can be changeable. But her very nature is one that, if we honor it, if we go with love, if we cultivate real, meaningful beauty, we just might find freedom within it. Because then it isn't about anyone else's expectations, but rather it is about us knowing that we are living from a place of emotion. And the genuineness of that radiates forward. It gives other people permission as well to feel what they do and to find healthy ways to express it. And along the way, we learn about ourselves and we find things within that we feel genuinely proud of. Now, how Venus in Cancer speaks to you in your sign depends on your sun, moon, and rising. Take all three into consideration, synthesize the information to make it unique to you, and lots more horoscopes are up right now over on my YouTube channel, Nadiya Shah, and over in the Superstar space at thefutureismagical.com. Aries, love and the past become intimately tied for you at this time. And even though the first days of this transit might be hard, it might be that you're reconciling yourself with the past and what was hard and what really felt challenging before. Maybe some residual hurt or anger might be there, and yet you are going to move forward. And over the course of the coming weeks, it really is about not just making peace with your past, but understanding how, right where you are right now, there is great love. New people you connect with, well, that just might be people who in some way share whatever you consider your background or where you come from. And those in established bonds will find home really is where the heart is. Taurus, Venus moving into a part of the sky for you that has to do with mind and synchronicity means that heart and mind are intimately tied. If you are connecting with new people, it really is about feeling like they're getting to know you, they're talking to you, or you're talking to them. That's going to be of special interest. And whether you're connecting with people online or in person, all of that feels just a little easier now. If you are already in a bond, it becomes that much easier to talk about things that otherwise might have felt challenging or difficult in a way that bonds the two of you together. Gemini, love and self-love are intimately connected for you now during the course of this larger transit of Venus in the sign of Cancer. The first days They might be tough. You might be facing some difficult truths about choices that you made in the past that maybe today you no longer would. And that is something that you can absolutely celebrate. Those in established bonds might find themselves feeling especially generous with your partner. Maybe you feel you have to be. Remember, love and money might feel tied, but that's also where they shouldn't be tied, especially right out of the gate. And yet, in established bonds, there's more giving and sharing. And so you get to decide the right balance for you. Cancer, Venus moving into your sign makes you a magnet. You are just a being. You being you can attract all kinds of lovely things to you if you're open to meeting someone new. Yeah, the first few days of this transit are tough, but then things lighten up. They get a whole lot better in the weeks ahead. And you just being you attracts love to you that much more readily and easily. Now, for those of you in established bonds, you might find yourselves with a partner who's that much sweeter, that much nicer to get along with. You feel pampered. Leo, Venus moving into the sign just before yours is a lot more about preparation and creating space for a brand new chapter in love to find you. And that's right around the corner. The 25th of August is when Venus will move into your sign. And that's when you light up. You become a massive magnet. But right now, it is about, on the one hand, closing karmic ties, ending karmic chapters, whatever's happening in love. Either it is that you are with somebody and you're putting challenges behind you, or at least doing the work to do that, or there are things happening behind the scenes that you don't feel ready to tell other people just yet. If you and your partner find yourselves being so busy that you don't have time to connect that much more, well, it's only a temporary situation. Pretty soon the romance will thrive again. Virgo, friendship and love are intimately tied for you at this time. And it is, whether at social events, with a friend, through a friend, that love is able to thrive that much more readily. Those of you open to meeting someone new, yeah, it is. As you're out and about spending time with people you already know, that love is that much easier to show up for you. But if it is that you're in an established bond, it's doing social things together that bond the two of you that much closer. Even though this larger transit starts off difficult, so the two of you might not be on the same page in terms of who's a friend, who you want around, what events you want to attend. Pretty soon, that energy does move on, and instead, we get sweetness, light, and a whole lot of fun. Libra, for love, you are going big picture. You are going for gold. And what that means is you're really thinking long term, especially if it is that you're meeting new people now. And love and respect are going to be very tied for you in the weeks ahead. At first, as this transit begins, and especially if it is that you're open to meeting someone new, well, you might still have a sense of putting the past behind you where you felt you didn't get that respect. And yet, as we move forward, the energy gets lighter and it becomes that much easier to connect with people who really do have long term potential. And in established bonds, it's about shared goals together, having a vision of where you're going that strengthens the bond. Scorpio, the international love is what calls you at this time, and being a lot more optimistic in the context of love and adventurous as well, might be inspired. For those of you who are open to meeting someone new, well, it's that much more likely you would connect with someone really different than what you've known before, maybe a really different background or a whole other perspective on life, religion, philosophy, and that expands your horizons in the process. Certain things, if you are meeting them in the first days of this transit, well, it might be a bit of a deal breaker, but for all of that, you navigate forward. And there is this sense of curiosity and openness that might just find you. For those of you in established bonds, is a lot more about planning an adventure together, doing new things in new places that you haven't before to strengthen the bond. Sagittarius, in the context of love, it is about profound bonding and authentic connections with others. The superficial just isn't going to cut it. Now, the first days of this transit, well, it just might feel as if you're having to really look deeply at yourself, at the stuff that's hurt you, but it really is for the intention of feeling it and letting it go, being honest with yourself, acknowledging the pain so that now you can move forward, feeling renewed and open to something authentic. Those of you in established bonds, well, the overall trend of this energy is that it could be a boost for your partner's income, which indirectly ends up benefiting you, but it might not feel like that in the first days. Just know that. But for all of that, this can also be a greater sense of intimacy and sharing that bonds the two of you together. Capricorn, Venus moving into your opposite sign is all about partnerships and wanting that genuine sense of sharing. If you're open to meeting someone new, attracting someone with real long term potential becomes that much more likely. But it's also that there's a sweetness with which you're able to connect with others that really sets you up for something that could be moving in the direction of partnership and not just for lightness and fun necessarily. Now, outside of that, if it is that you are in an established bond, your partner might feel that much sweeter and nicer to get along with now, and that becomes part of helping to nurture the love you share. Aquarius, this is a part of the sky for you that Venus is moving into that I like to call the proof is in the pudding part of the sky. It really is in the details that love is strengthened or reveals itself to maybe not be there as well. Romances in the office in the first days of this transit, be very careful of that. Things get super messy, super awkward really quickly. But for all of that, where it is that there are places that you frequent every day, places you go for your sense of well being and your health, well, love connections can be made. If it is that you are in an established bond, well, it is by doing more of those regular routine things together that you strengthen the love. Pisces, romance, flirtation, and what the heart wants. Now, a flirtation might really feel off to you or wrong or make you feel uncomfortable. I'm so sorry to say in the first days of the transit, but after that, this energy gets so much better, so much easier, and you are getting your flirt on. You are meeting new people and really enjoying the process itself, which makes love that much more likely. If it is that you're in an established bond, it's about reuniting that sense of heart connection with your partner and that sense of play, that sense of fun that ends up nurturing the love you have. Well, thank you for watching. It'll be a great week, a great transit. Enjoy.